us meditate about 10 minutes and we can start the session. Okay. Just relax yourself. Please close your eyes and let yourself flow with the rhythm of the relaxation music. When we can't understand the real nature of our own mind and our own body, it's really hard to find the peace within us. Right understanding is the foundation for real happiness. So the true and actual nature, actual reality of our own mind and body is always keeps changing again and again. That is why we use the term let go. Let it flow. Let go, letting go, let it flow, or letting flow is not passive. It is active, but in a positive way. Letting go and letting flow here is the mental function opposite to extremely grasping, extremely attached to whatever is changing. So before you relax your mind, just your body, just relax your body. Let us practice loving friendliness meditation. When it comes to loving friendliness meditation, we have to intentionally create the kindness, compassion, friendliness within us. In order to create the loving friendliness within us, first you have to visualize your happy face, your smiling face. After visualizing your smiling face or happy face, you have to mentally saying the phrase or sentences. May I be well and happy. May I be well and happy. May I be well and happy. You have to mentally say the phrase with kindness, with compassion, with friendliness to yourself. You have to do this intentionally. You can intentionally smile. Smile within. Please remember that loving friendliness meditation is a technique to bless yourself. You are blessing yourself. May I be well and happy. You have to intentionally smile. Smile within. Sometimes you are distracted by different thoughts. Sometimes you are distracted by your own smiling face. Sometimes you might be seeing the faces of other people. So don't be disappointed. This is the nature of the mind. Which has less ability to concentrate. If you find it hard to visualize your face, you can intentionally smile. You can intentionally smile. everything flow as the way it is. Even your own breath. Don't try to control all the circumstances you are experiencing now. Just do your job. Visualizing the happy face, mentally saying the phrase, and intentionally smiling. Okay, before open your eyes, you can take very long breath 3 times. When it is done, you can open your eyes. Yeah. It's okay? It's hot? No.
No, sorry.
Okay. So this is the technique besides breathing exercise. And some meditators, they combine both techniques, loving kindness meditation and breathing exercise. And like some meditators, like to calm down their mind, for a while they use loving kindness meditation before practicing breathing exercise, because sometimes it's really hard to find or to mentally note that you are breathing in and breathing out, because as I told you, our body, I mean, we in daily life, in day-to-day life, I mean, you are not like monks, because we have less responsibilities, like responsibilities that create more mental disturbances. You know, you have much responsibility, family, son, daughters, office. So you have more. I strongly agree with that. You have more work that can disturb you. But when it comes to the mind training, if our mind is trained enough, is stronger enough, it's easy for you like to create more ability or capacity to deal with the external situation. Okay. And some meditators, they use loving friendliness meditation after the breathing exercise. Okay, after breathing exercise. So you can use both. And let me directly say this: meditation has no religion, to be honest. I mean, in terms of labelizing, like, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, because it is for your happiness. Even scientists use that technique to heal we use the word patience. It's about cultivating more positivities within you. It's about that. It's about that. That's why I use the word intentionally. So we discuss about in the pursuit of the happiness, or chasing after happiness, why we should do that, So today I will discuss a little bit more about that, to let you understand what is the real happiness Buddhism discusses about. And it's very briefly, I know that as you told me that you need a lot of time to digest all the information. Okay, like the strategies or methods which have been used by the modern world in the pursuit of happiness are not that healthy. That is the Buddhist philosophy, like recreation, entertainment, drinking or going to the bar. I mean, a lot of stuff you have that. Buddhism doesn't criticize them, but Buddhism emphasizes that those strategies, those methods are not that good, because sometimes it can be ended up, being sad or frustrated or quarreling. So when it comes to the happiness in Buddhism, there are two kinds of happiness. One is, we call it worldly happiness, or we can use the word secular happiness, worldly happiness. Another one is, or another term is, we call it mundane happiness. Yeah, mundane happiness. Another one is, we call it supramundane happiness. So let me explain it more clearly. So worldly happiness or mundane happiness is about making merits. Making merits. So the term punya is directly translated as merits in English. So, but the term of punya is the nature which has ability to purify your we call it defilements, or temporary. It's like temporary purifying. For example, generosity, like you feel kind about someone and you want to offer. It can be money, it can be book, it can be clothes. You want to offer. Like when the generosity arises in your mind, I mean anger, frustration, depression, anxiety, and so forth. I mean other bad mental images or mental negativities will go down temporarily. So this is the ability of punya or merits. So making merits doesn't belong only, to the Buddhists. I mean, being generous is not about being a Buddhist. It's clear. Like being kind is not about being a Buddhist, or being compassionate or being friendly, or smiling within is not being a Buddhist. So everyone can do that. So worldly happiness. So rendering social services, like you need intention that motivate you to help the poor, or people who are in need of yourself. So to be honest, it's not only about the outside people, like people living in South Africa or in remote area in Cambodia, or underprivileged children or people. You can practice the kindness and compassion with your own friends. Like when that mentality arises, regardless of whatever happened in the past with your friend or with your girlfriend or with your boyfriend or with your mom or with your dad or with your sister or with your brother, you have that mentality that not to hate or not to criticize someone again. So what I want to say, like worldly happiness is the mentality which has the potential to purify your mind even temporarily. It's clear. So it's about worldly happiness. And then I call it supramundane happiness. So it is a real happiness in Buddhism. But before reaching enlightenment, let me say this very clearly. Before reaching enlightenment, because when you reach enlightenment, the real wisdom or real understanding or realization that every conditioned things is impermanent, is suffering, is non-self. So this philosophy can be understood with great clarity and precision when you reach enlightenment. Beforehand, like it just understanding. It just we can say kinds of mentally saying it. It is impermanent, but it helps you to understand that. Like for example, even you can't feel deeply that everything is impermanent, but you can use the term to heal yourself that, like, even anger, it is impermanent. Like now you feel anger, then next time you might feel happy. So this understanding might help you, like, to heal yourself, not to get angry. Or for example, meeting good friend or leaving good friend. So understanding that is impermanent. Sometimes we meet good friends, sometimes we have to leave the good friend. So as I told you, even you can't understand that philosophy in depth, but you can use that technique to heal yourself. So in I think in the four noble truths in Buddhism, discussing about four noble truths: the suffering, cause to suffering, cessation of suffering, and the path to the cessation of suffering. Let me say this: even the direct translation is suffering, like, because the Pali term is dukkha, so the direct translation is suffering, but the core context of that dukkha is about not enough. We don't feel satisfied enough, or it kinds of human. The nature of the human mind is feeling like disset, how to call it, disset, I forgot the term, dissatisfactoriness, yeah,
Unsatisfactory.
yeah, unsatisfactoriness, yes, I'm sorry, but
Or like an unsatisfactory.
yeah, like we don't feel enough. Like I have the car, I have good wife, I have good, but sometimes we don't feel enough. We want more, we expect more. That is why Buddha call it suffering. It kinds of lacking within. We don't feel content enough. Like you have a good job, then again, if you are paid 1,000, like for 1 month or 3 months, again you feel something inside, like not happy, not enough. So that is why Buddha said it is suffering. It's suffering. It's not about always suffering, but the true nature is suffering. So, but precisely Buddha said that attached, I'm talking about the supramundane happiness, okay? Attachment to the 5 aggregates. Human is form of 5 aggregates. One is form, sensation, perception, mental formation, consciousness. We are form of these 5 aggregates. So in a psychological perspective, we are the products of psychological and biological function. So simply, body and mind. So in short term is body and mind. So like attachment to this 5 is the cause of suffering. So thinking that it's my body, and then it is my feeling, it is my sensation, it is my perception, it is my mental formation, it is my consciousness. So because that I-ness, that make us suffering. So this is the core philosophy. So but by practicing and understanding its nature, it can heal us, to some extent, before reaching enlightenment. So simply, the purpose of learning the philosophy of Buddhism is, as I told you before, to change the way you think. Because normally people think that everything is permanent. Everything is permanent. My happiness must be permanent. But it doesn't mean that you let it be like, okay, everything is permanent, now I am bad, tomorrow I am good. Or now I am good, tomorrow I am bad. It's not about that. It's about its nature. It doesn't mean that we have to follow the process because everything is permanent, impermanent. Okay, today I am healthy, tomorrow I get sick. No, it is impermanent, so I let myself be sick. No, it's not about that. It's not about that. So it's about understanding the philosophy and to heal yourself. To heal yourself. Like today you are healthy, but sometimes if you overwork and if you are overloaded by the work, sometimes you get sick. And sometimes people don't accept that. I'm talking about the nature of the entire process. Okay? It's not about you do that. Normally every single of us, needs the real happiness. We want happiness. That is why whatever we do, we find a good partner, we do a good job. That we want someone, we want a happy life. It's okay to have a happy life, but we need that philosophy, keeping in our mind when something happens. Because the true nature of the world is impermanent. And when we understand that, we don't react in a negative way. For example, sometimes boyfriends and girlfriend, they are happy, sometimes smiling, and sometimes because something wrong within, like, or frustration or anxiety, she or he, feels angry. So when we understand that, oh, okay, this is life, no need to react in a negative way, or you claim, more ownership about your own belongings, that okay, you are my girlfriend, you must be happy always, you must be good always, like it is about that. We are too attached when we don't understand the process, but it's not about letting yourself flow. No, it's not about that. It's about right understanding. It's about right understanding. This is life. Okay, this is life. So when it comes to the mental health and finding the real happiness, is about cultivating more positivity that can let you remain or stay more happily. It is clear. So normally we don't have concentration. We don't use that much concentration. So I discussed with you yesterday about ADHD, ADHD, attention deficit. So when your attention is deficit, it's not good. When you do a job, when you do work or you study, it deficit. And when it is hyperactive, your mind is scattered. You have a lot of information, what to do, what should not do. Like, it's hyperactive. It is scattered. It's not healthy also. That is why in Buddhism try to balance. To balance your mind or emotion or cognitive function, you need some mental qualities which are cultivated by your own self. By practicing again and again, as I told you, intentionally cultivating kindness, smiling, like, I know that it's hard, but we have to because Buddha said real happiness is hard. You have to create them by great effort. Suffering is not like that. Suffering is just happening, but happiness must be created. So intentionally smiling, like you are creating that positivity within you, like smiling, like in the face of sadness, in the face of anger. Like, when you train enough, like this is the positive reaction. Like when your boss or when your manager or director shouts at you, like, you know how to react. You know how to act within. It's about transforming the inner process. It's about happiness. So changing the way you think. So it's like about planting a tree. Okay, like our purpose is to have a good fruit tree, or it can be apple. So what we have to do is we have to take care. We have to take care of the tree. We have to put the water. We have to put the fertilizer. We have to take care of it. This is our role. So the role of the tree is to bear the flowers, to bear the fruit, and it is not your job. Like bearing the fruits, bearing the flower is not our job. So similarly, when it comes to the mental health or the real happiness in Buddhism, or in the pursuit of mental health or real happiness, what you have to do is you have to cultivate the good mentalities which has the potential to absorb the real happiness to you. It is clear. So kindness, so mindfulness, concentration, kindness, compassion, loving friendliness, all mentalities must be created. Normally, normal people, they don't do that. That is why, people don't feel enough. They don't feel happy because they don't have. I call it the sources of happiness. They are the sources of happiness. And so the purpose of practicing is to build more and create more resources for happy life, and we can call it mental resilience. Spring up into shape, yeah, is the word. They use the word spring up into the shape, like, or how to call it, resilient, like. I mean, we have that ability, human, and you can go and think that why we need that, because we need that mental resilience, the ability to be resilient, like a nature. Nature has that ability. Human also has that ability, but the thing is, they misuse that ability. That's why sometimes when you are sad, you cannot recover. You cannot recover as soon as possible you want. That's what we call depression. Okay, people got depressed and they cannot come out of it because they don't have ability to be resilient, like the mental resilience. And but if you have more sources, as I explained, kindness, compassion, forgiveness, mindfulness, right understanding, right attitudes about life, you can come out from depression or anxiety or anger like more quickly than before. It is clear. Like, it's like this. I mean, you can ask yourself why we need that. Why we need that? Why we need that? Simply, if you have a good job, so you need that mental balance, to manage your work. So that mental resilience is about active in a positive way, very energetic and very sharp, very bright. Your mind is very bright and very sharp, very energetic. So when you have those sources, you are very strong, mentally strong. So again, let me say, it's not about being a Buddhist or believing in Buddhism. It's about practicing. You can be a Christian and you can practice the technique. You can be a Muslim, you can practice a technique. It's okay. So this I want to explain to you that. That's all I want to explain. If you have any questions? We have 14 minutes left. Mike? No questions?
Thinking.
I'm thinking. You can ask them, why we need that.
I just want to comment that many hospitals in the United States have mindfulness programs now. I know there are big hospitals, one in Denver, St. Anthony Hospital. It's a Catholic hospital, but I have a friend there who teaches mindfulness, and it's very successful. Doctors will refer patients to her, and she works with patients in a clinical situation with mindfulness, and it's very successful because I think people, she works with drug abusers, ex-drug abusers, ex-alcoholics, and just people going through depression or insomnia, cannot sleep.
Yeah.
And I think people, when they find can come to a peaceful place and not think so much and be hung up on these problems. They welcome that, and it's very successful, and it's growing
It's growing.
in the United States.
But yeah, I saw on the Facebook news, like the BBC news. As I told you that, because very honest, like regardless of ethnicity or religion or wherever you're from, like we have the same mind. This is true nature. We get angry, we get sad. Like this is the true nature of the mind. The true nature of the mind is very pure. The word is luminous. Yeah, luminous. The word. Yeah, luminous. It's very luminous, very bright. So it is defiled by the external defilement. There are visitors. They come. Sometimes sadness comes. Sometimes anger comes. But we don't have. Our own truths are hidden. Like they are hidden within. They don't come forward to help us. So you have to bring them back. They are residing within. Kindness, compassion. As I told you, like mindfulness, concentration, right understanding. They are not Buddhist. They are not Buddhist. Like it's about human ability to create that. Yeah. So we need that. And as I said, what is the disease of can't sleep? Insomnia, yeah? Insomnia.
Cannot sleep.
Yeah. That's why I call it like attention hyperactive. Like you think a lot,
All the time.
think a lot, worrying a lot all the time. But when you have mindfulness, that you understand that okay, this is the nature of the mind. They think, they think. So like it's about observing. In the book, it is used two terms: be aware of the thoughts and thinking of the thought. Like we can't sleep because we are thinking about the thoughts. Like we call it attention hyperactive. But aware of the thoughts. Just merely observing. So that ability must be trained again and again, like to train up to how to merely observe or observing without reaction. It helps you. As I told you, like even to be honest, even we don't reach enlightenment, at least we can sleep peacefully. So that is the training. Okay. So yeah. You are leaving tomorrow. They will fetch you
At 10.
at 10. Okay. So should we have class tomorrow or what?
Yeah, I would like to.
Okay.
And still do the meditation.
Yeah, morning.
Okay, I'll be there.
Yeah. You will come tomorrow morning?
Probably not to the morning meditation,
Mm.
but if you sit down and talk at 8, we might be able to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah? 8?
Yeah, I have to pack all my bags and everything,
Okay.
so I'll probably wake up early and do that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So,
It's up to you. If you just want to do the talk at 8, that's
Yeah.
fine. If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
wanna do guided meditation.
mhm.
Up to you.
So if you can do like, 5:20.
5:20.
Yeah, okay.
Great.
I think
Will they be serving breakfast tomorrow also? They
Yeah.
will serve,
Yeah.
as usual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
That'll make
And
sense.
and I will ask Wine to arrange your room. So
And they will.
yeah. So you can stay there.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
So we discuss a lot, different topics. So you can learn from them. And I know that, to be honest with you, when you go back, you have a very busy life. Yeah, I know that you hectic life. I know, hectic life. But try to find your time. even 10 minutes you can do the practice. From the psychological perspective, like when you mentally say something again and again, okay, it will go into your unconsciousness or subconsciousness. But when you more get, and then the more you say, it will come up to the consciousness. So it helps you, like, may I be well and happy, may everyone be well and happy. Like when you get angry, like it will help you to let you say automatically, but it takes time. But I mean, you can say it again and again, and even you are in on the bus or in the car or in the, you use the word on the train, on the train, you can say that may I be well and happy, may everyone around me be well and happy. Like some people might ask what a stupid it is, but like you can enjoy that happiness by yourself. May I be well and happy. So I told you, it's about blessing yourself. Okay. So yeah. Tomorrow what do you want to know? So we give a chance to Mike and Julia. What do you want to know tomorrow?
You already did something for me, so I'll let you decide.
Yeah?
I'm not sure.
Do you want to know about women's role in Buddhism? Or what?
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
What do you want to tell us about?
No, like
Sneaky.
it's your interest, because there are many topics, gender issue, or we can talk about who created the world according to Buddhism. Many topics, like you can, how to be, or I mean, last volunteers suggested me to talk about parenting style, or all stuff that we discuss about that. I think because there are two psychologists, so and we discuss about that, and so shared Buddhist philosophy related to the how to be a good parent, so, and all stuff. Or what we will talk about life of Buddhists. How they manage their life and what they do. Like it can be like lifestyle of Buddhist community, like even in Sri Lanka, even in Thai, even in Cambodia. So I can talk only lifestyle in Cambodia and in Sri Lanka, and maybe Malaysia. Let I try my best. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'd be interested in seeing how Buddhism has affected like Cambodian culture and knowing a little bit more about Cambodian culture. I feel like our exposure to general Cambodia, not like outside of the monastery, has been pretty small. So I'd like to kind of understand that a little bit better, how Cambodian culture has affected Buddhism and vice versa.
Okay, it's everything lifestyle of Buddhist community in Cambodia. So how Buddhism affected to lifestyle of Cambodian community.
Because it seems pretty far-reaching.
Correct. Okay, I will talk it tomorrow morning, 8 to 9. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.